What if I told you the key to stronger bones, firmer skin, and even a longer life isn't hiding in your medicine cabinet, but in your morning smoothie? For decades, I've studied how the body ages, and one question I hear over and over from my patients, especially women over 50, is this: should I be taking collagen or protein powder? Which one actually works? The truth is, the answer isn't as simple as you might think. In fact, one could support your joints and skin beautifully, while the other might be the silent hero your bones have been begging for. In this video, we'll unravel the science without the hype. I'll share what years of research and real-life results have taught me, plus the surprising study that changed how I talk to every woman about bone health. Stick with me to the end. This could change your supplement routine forever. The role of collagen in bone health. If you've ever built anything from a quilt to a garden trellis, you know it's not just the pretty outer layer that matters. It's the underlying structure. The same holds true for your bones. Most people think bones are just hard sticks of calcium. That's partly true, but woefully incomplete. What really gives bones their strength isn't just minerals, but the fibrous matrix beneath it, collagen. Think of collagen as the scaffolding, like the steel bars embedded inside concrete. Without it, the calcium has no structure to anchor to. Your bones may be dense, but they won't be resilient. In my decades of practice, I've seen countless women hit menopause and, almost overnight, start suffering fractures from simple falls. Why? Their bodies had stopped producing enough collagen, the quiet glue holding everything together, from joints and skin to bones. Collagen production naturally declines after age 30, and the loss accelerates in your 50s and 60s. That's why bones become more brittle with age. Not just due to calcium loss, but the breakdown of the protein framework inside. Let me tell you about Carol, one of my longtime patients. At 67, she ate well, walked every day, and took her calcium religiously. But she still fractured her wrist just opening a window. Blood tests showed she was low, not on minerals, but on protein. Once we added collagen peptides into her daily routine, alongside protein-rich meals and resistance exercises, her bone density began to stabilize within months. So yes, collagen isn't just about vanity and wrinkle creams, it's at the heart of your structural health. Especially for postmenopausal women, neglecting collagen is like trying to repair a house with no framework. It might look fine for a while, but eventually it crumbles. What science says about collagen peptides? When people ask me, "Doctor, is there real proof behind collagen supplements?" they're not wrong to be skeptical. The health aisle is full of fads. And when it comes to women's wellness, especially over 50, marketing often outpaces science. But collagen peptides? That's a different story. Let's rewind to one of the most important studies that caught my attention. In 2018, a group of researchers in Germany conducted a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, a gold standard study on postmenopausal women. They divided the women into two groups. One group received 5 grams of a specific type of collagen peptides called Fortibone, while the other received a placebo. Both groups also took calcium and vitamin D, so the only real difference was the collagen. After a full year, the results were impressive. The women who took collagen showed a significant increase in bone mineral density, particularly in the lumbar spine and femoral neck, critical areas often affected by osteoporosis. Even more interesting, their bone breakdown markers decreased, while bone-building markers increased. But what makes this truly compelling is what happened 4 years later. A follow-up study tracked some of these women who kept taking collagen. The results? Their bone strength continued to improve, and not a single woman in the study suffered a fracture during that time. Now, let me put a human face on this. I had a patient named Grace, age 72. She was vibrant, a retired librarian, loved gardening, but had been diagnosed with osteopenia. Her DEXA skin showed decreasing bone mass despite taking calcium for years. When we added collagen peptides, specifically a Fortibone-based brand, to her routine, combined with gentle strength exercises, her follow-up scan a year later showed measurable improvement. And she felt the difference too. "I don't feel like glass anymore," she told me, smiling. "I feel sturdy." The beauty of collagen peptides lies in their bioavailability. Because they're hydrolyzed, broken down into small chains of amino acids, they absorb easily into the bloodstream. That's why you'll find them in powder form, stirred into morning coffee, smoothies, or even bone broth. But beware, not all collagen supplements are created equal. If you want the type backed by science, look for Fortibone on the label. It's often used by reputable brands and mirrors what was studied in clinical trials. In summary, we're not talking about hope in a bottle. With the right type and consistency, collagen supplementation may play a quiet but powerful role in protecting your bones and your independence as you age. Complete proteins versus collagen. What's the real difference? If collagen is the framework of your bones, then think of complete proteins as the construction crew. You need both for the building to stand strong. One of the most common misconceptions I hear is, I'm taking collagen, so I don't need more protein. That's like saying, I've got bricks, so I don't need builders. The truth? Collagen and complete proteins serve different, but equally vital, roles in your body. Let's break it down simply. Collagen is technically a protein, yes, but it's what we call an incomplete protein. That means it lacks one or more of the 9 essential amino acids, particularly tryptophan, which your body can't produce on its own. Without all 9, your body can't fully repair muscle, regulate metabolism, or create certain neurotransmitters like serotonin. So while collagen excels at delivering glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, great for joints, skin, and the scaffolding of your bones, it can't cover all your protein needs. Complete proteins, on the other hand, are the real multitaskers. They contain all 9 essential amino acids in the right proportions. These amino acids are like the master ingredients your body uses to build muscle, repair tissues, support immune function, and keep your metabolism ticking. Here's where it gets practical. If you're relying solely on collagen for your protein intake, you're likely missing key building blocks. But if you're using collagen alongside complete proteins like whey, eggs, chicken, or plant-based blends, you're giving your body both the structure and the materials it needs. Let me illustrate with a story. One of my clients, Linda, a retired ballroom dancer, started taking collagen after a friend told her it was the fountain of youth. She noticed her nails were stronger, her skin a little more supple, but she still felt weak in her legs and had trouble climbing stairs. Once we reviewed her diet, we saw she wasn't eating enough complete proteins. She had swapped eggs and yogurt for just collagen coffee every morning. We made a small adjustment, added a high-quality whey isolate protein to her breakfast. Within a few months, her muscle tone improved, she regained stamina, and her energy came roaring back. Collagen gave her structure, but complete protein gave her strength. The takeaway? Collagen is a specialist, not a generalist. It's an excellent addition to your wellness plan, but it can't do it all. For full-body rejuvenation, especially if you're trying to prevent muscle loss, boost energy, and stay independent, complete proteins must be part of your daily intake. Protein powder types and benefits, finding what works for you. If you've ever stood in the supplement aisle feeling overwhelmed by tubs of whey, soy, pea, casein, and egg white powder, you're not alone. It's like trying to decode a new language, and for women over 50, the stakes are higher. You're not just choosing a protein powder. You're choosing support for your muscles, bones, metabolism, and longevity. So let's simplify the landscape and explore what truly matters. Why protein matters as you age. Muscle loss, also called sarcopenia, is one of the most silent threats to aging well. After the age of 40, we lose muscle at a rate of about 1% per year, and that accelerates in our 60s and beyond. Less muscle means reduced balance, increased fall risk, slower metabolism, and yes, weaker bones. Muscle isn't just for bodybuilders, it's your metabolic armor. That's where protein powders come in, especially if your diet lacks high-protein meals or if you're avoiding meat, dairy, or eggs. Whey protein, the gold standard. Among all protein powders, whey protein isolate is considered the gold standard, and for good reason. Derived from milk, it's a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids, absorbed quickly by the body, and proven in clinical research to support muscle repair and growth, especially after resistance training. I often recommend whey isolate to my older patients because it's low in lactose, great for sensitive stomachs. It's high in protein per scoop, typically 25 g. It contains minimal sugar or carbs, ideal for those watching blood sugar. Take Barbara, a 76-year-old cancer survivor I've worked with. She struggled to regain muscle mass post-treatment. Her appetite was low. Meals felt overwhelming. We added 1 shake of whey protein isolate mid-morning. That small change helped her regain 4 pounds of lean mass over 3 months. It gave me the energy to do things again, she said, with tears in her eyes. Casein protein, the slow-release option. Also from milk, casein digests more slowly, making it perfect for overnight recovery. If you're someone who wakes up feeling weak or stiff, a small casein shake before bed could help your body rebuild while you sleep. Egg white protein, pure and gentle. Egg white powder is gentle on digestion and has a strong amino acid profile. It's ideal if you're dairy sensitive but want a complete protein source without added flavors or fillers. Plant-based options, great when blended. If you're vegetarian or vegan, don't worry, there are options. Pea protein is rich in lysine and iron but low in methionine. Rice protein is the opposite. When blended together, they form a complete protein that can match the benefits of whey. Look for a pea plus rice blend on the label. My patient Donna, 68, is a lifelong vegetarian. For years, she didn't get enough protein, and her bone scans showed early signs of osteopenia. After switching to a plant-based protein blend in her smoothies, along with collagen peptides, her strength and balance began to return. I thought I was aging, she told me. Turns out I was just undernourished. How to choose the right one? Here's my short checklist. Whey isolate. Fast recovery. Great for muscle maintenance. Ideal post-workout. Casein. Slow digestion. Great before bed. Egg white. Clean and complete. Great for sensitive stomachs. Plant blends. Perfect for vegetarians or those avoiding dairy. And remember, it's not just about drinking shakes. The goal is to fill the protein gaps in your daily diet. You're not replacing meals, you're reinforcing them. When to use collagen versus protein powder, making the right choice for you. Here's the truth I wish more women knew. Collagen and protein powder aren't competitors, they're teammates. They serve different purposes and support your body in different ways. The trick is knowing when to use which. Let's start with collagen. If your goal is to strengthen your bone matrix, support your joints, reduce signs of skin aging, or recover from a fracture, collagen is your ally. It's especially useful for women over 40 who are entering the phase where natural collagen production drops sharply. That's when we start to see wrinkles deepen, joints creak more, and bones become more vulnerable. Supplementing with hydrolyzed collagen peptides at this stage can help slow or reverse those changes from the inside out. Take morning coffee, for example. Many of my patients stir unflavored collagen powder right into their cup. It's a low-effort ritual with long-term payoff. Just remember, collagen doesn't replace protein, it complements it. Now let's talk protein powder. This is what you reach for when your diet falls short on daily protein intake. Whether you're eating smaller meals, skipping breakfast, or avoiding animal products, protein powder is essential when your goal is to build or maintain lean muscle, especially if you're engaging in strength training. That's because without adequate protein, your body can't repair or build muscle tissue, even if you're exercising regularly. If you're struggling with fatigue, balance, or declining muscle tone, a complete protein powder, like whey isolate or a plant-based blend, can be a game changer. Collagen for the foundation, protein for the structure. Use them together, smartly, and watch how your body thanks you. How much protein do you really need? Simplified for real life. Let's get one thing clear. Protein isn't just for athletes or bodybuilders. It's a daily necessity, especially for women over 50 who want to stay strong, independent, and vibrant. The problem? Most of the women I counsel don't eat nearly enough of it. So how much do you actually need? Forget the complicated math. Here's a rule of thumb I use with patients. Take your ideal body weight in pounds, then divide that by 2. That number is the minimum number of grams of protein you should eat per day. So, if your ideal weight is 130 pounds, aim for at least 65 grams of protein daily, about 20 to 25 grams per meal. That's the equivalent of a chicken breast, a scoop of protein powder, or 3 eggs. Now, if you're working out consistently, especially doing resistance or strength training, you might need more. In fact, some research suggests that older adults benefit from up to 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight when trying to build or maintain muscle. But here's the catch. You only benefit from that much protein if you're lifting, moving, or exercising regularly. Otherwise, excess protein just turns into calories and then fat. Take my client Susan. She's 63 and started doing yoga and lightweight training 3 times a week. When she adjusted her diet to include 70, 80 g of protein daily, adding shakes, Greek yogurt, and lean meats, she noticed more energy, less joint pain, and better posture. Her follow-up DEXA scan even showed mild improvement in bone density. Moral of the story? Protein isn't a luxury, it's a prescription for aging well. Know your number, hit it daily, and match it with movement. If there's one thing I've learned from decades in medicine, it's this. Aging gracefully isn't about avoiding change, it's about adapting wisely. Your body at 65 isn't the same as it was at 35, and that's not a failure. That's biology. But how you respond to those changes, that's where power lives. When you're younger, your body is resilient even when you cut corners. Skip a meal, forget protein, pull an all-nighter, it bounces back. But after 50, every choice begins to count more. And the quiet decisions, what you stir into your morning coffee, what you eat for lunch, whether you stretch or lift light weights, begin to shape your quality of life more than ever before. Here's what I hope you take away. Collagen is your body's quiet architect, holding up your bones, your joints, even the firmness of your skin. Protein is your engine, helping you move, heal, and stay strong. You don't need to choose one over the other. You need to know when and how to use both, strategically, intentionally. This isn't about perfection. It's about small, consistent habits that nourish the version of you you're becoming. Whether you're recovering from a fracture, noticing new wrinkles, or simply want to keep gardening, walking, or dancing pain-free, you deserve the tools that help you thrive. I'll leave you with one more story. My patient, Margaret, 70, told me, I used to think protein powder and collagen were for gym rats or Instagram models. Now I realize they're for grandmothers who want to pick up their grandkids without wincing. You're not fragile. You're rebuilding. And your strength isn't behind you. It's ahead, waiting to be claimed, one mindful decision at a time. So take that scoop of protein, stir in the collagen, lace up your sneakers, and remember, you're worth the care it takes to feel strong again.